Hey podcaster, I'm Tim Wahlberg, your podcast performance coach, with not just one, but 5 actionable tips to grow your authority and convert with ease. It's my 4-part series covering my top podcasting tips on marketing, performance, tech, and content. This is part 2 of 4. Check out my last episode for the top 5 tips for marketing your podcast. Okay, you've got a great show idea, valuable information to share, or insightful guests to interview, but your show isn't quite up to the caliber of your brand. You need a performance overhaul. Today, it's my top 5 tips for improving your podcast performance. Without further blah, blahing, and maybe that should have been my number 1, get on with it! All right, number 1, stand up. One of the biggest problems with many podcaster performances is that they sound half asleep, which translates to bored or boring. You want to sound comfortable behind the mic, but you don't want to sound like you're snuggled up on the couch. Get up and give us some energy. When you stand, you're more animated. You can breathe and project better. You need to show up behind the mic, and that means possibly even dressing up, even though I don't often condone pants. Dressing up might just get you into the right professional mindset. Bring some energy and entertain your listener. Add 10%. Imagine there is a little gremlin inside your microphone that is stealing your energy, robbing your personality, pilfering your enthusiasm. But he just takes 10%. And the only way to get back to full strength is to add that 10% back into your performance. Now, I can't prove that there's a gremlin, but there may as well be, because 10% does get lost in the recording process. So turn it up to 11. And don't forget to smile, because we can hear that too. Tip number 2 when it comes to your performance: inject more you. I can't see you. It's hard for me to get to know you. This means that you have to make a concerted effort to add a little more you into the mix. When I work with clients, I share templates to help with framing and structuring a show, and they can be pretty universal, but that doesn't mean that those shows all sound the same, because you gotta bring the you. Show up authentically. Don't water down your personality or create an entirely new personality. Let us into your real world. If you're a little silly or goofy, let's hear it. Have some fun. Another great way to interject a bit more of yourself into the performance is to remember to add in personal stories and tell them the way you would around a dinner table. These can serve as analogies or examples, but will also give the listener a bit of a window into your world. Just keep them short. Remember, the show is not about you. Tip number 3 when it comes to performance: be present during your interviews. I hate when I hear a podcaster ask the next question after they've completely ignored what their guest has just said. You know what I mean? And so that's how I ended up face to face with a lion. Interesting. So my next question is, what's your favorite book? Hello? Are you even listening? Can you say missed opportunity here? Ask the question your listener is begging for. Stay in the conversation. Be present. You can follow your outline, sure, but don't sacrifice the actual conversation to do it. It's the only thing you've got going on at that exact moment. So give your guest all of your attention. Tip number 4. Don't start at the beginning. If you want to grab the attention of your listener and your guest, don't come out of the gate with a ho-hum question like, tell us about yourself, which isn't even a question, or why did you write this book? It's just kind of a boring way to start your podcast. Find a nugget, something unique to start the conversation with. Yeah, that means actual show prep, but when you can capture everyone's attention with a unique talking point or a question, then we're all in. You can always come back to how they started their career later. Start strong, and that doesn't always mean at the beginning. And tip number 5 when it comes to your performance: represent, yo! Being a good host, just like at a dinner party, is important. You want to take care of your listener. Don't assume your listener knows a damn thing. Leave no one behind. If your guest is getting into the weeds with some technical jargon or an unfamiliar industry term, jump in and say, "What's that?" Or, "Explain that for my listener." This little move keeps your listener in the conversation, because once they don't know what you or your guest is talking about anymore, they lose context and you lose a listener. And it's okay to mention or talk to your listener. They're expecting it. Acknowledge them and represent them when speaking to your guest. That's your job. They'll love you for it. This is listener-centric podcasting. All right, got those 5 performance tips? Number 1, stand up for 10% more energy. Number 2, inject more you. Number 3, be all in during your interview. Number 4, don't always start at the beginning. And number 5, represent and take care of your listener. If you want to be a more dynamic podcaster, if you want people to love putting you in their ears, then you need to step up your performance game. And I hope those are just the tips you need. And if you still sound like a wet noodle, then take advantage of my free 15-minute coaching call. Click the link to grab your spot on my calendar and let's get your performance pumped up. Book your free 15-minute coaching call at podcastperformancecoach.com. I'm Tim Wohlberg. See ya!